episode of Better Habits. And today I have a very special guest. I have Erno, and I've known Erno for a long time now. And actually, Erno is the reason I joined Coach Me team. So I'm super excited, super grateful, to have you, Erno, on this episode.
Thank you, Lydia. Yeah.
All right. And, Erno has been on the platform. Why don't you start, but just introducing? Let's start with introduction. Like, tell us, who you are, what do you do, like in 90 seconds?
I'm a business coach. I help entrepreneurs to accomplish long-term goals sooner, faster, by using accountability and habits.
Nice, nice. It's like what we do is like so in the heart of Coach Me. Well, let's start from the beginning because I think, I don't know, you're one of the people who embody like show what Coach Me can do for coaches. So let's start from the beginning, the origin story. Everyone has their origin story, every superhero, and you definitely one of the super coaches on the platform. No, no, um, no doubt. So how did you learn about Coach Me, and how did you get on the platform? Just tell us the story.
Yeah, that goes long back. So before it was even Coach Me, I followed Tony Stubblebine, and he had this app to track your habits or to get used to, to make sure that you stay on your habit. Um, and then at some point that changed to Coach Me, and I stayed along. And so at some point that also he created the possibility for.
Just to interrupt you, just curious, which habits did you track? And it was lift. So people who've been following Coach Me, it was lift
Yeah,
at that time. So which habit of yours did you follow? Just to
I
get
think
really specific.
I think it had to do a lot with exercise and
Mm-hmm.
reading, journaling. So often these were habits that I entered myself, and I didn't choose an existing habit. So, but I could do even smaller ones. Like I did all these smaller ones and create. It didn't work, but you test and try to. Okay, is this going to help me to do this to split everything up and to make it really small and have like 20 habits in Coach Me? And no, that didn't work either. So I came to, okay, I just need to make sure that have like a couple of important habits. And right now, I have to also admit I'm slacking right now. I have some physical issues, and then whatever happens in your life, it can really upset following habits. And I'm really a habit guy. So I really like having processes, rhythms. But right now, it's a tough time. I'm
Okay, let's
I'm
get
running
to
a
the.
I'm running a
Let,
marathon in 1 week, and that's a big goal. So that
oh wow.
confuses everything else. So that's why this is happening. To be clear.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. I
Yeah.
think it's super. I think it's super important, and I think I just want to kind of bring it to our listeners' attention that a lot of coaches on our platform started from tracking their own habits. So let's start there, and we'll get to what's going on right now and you slacking, which is actually totally okay. We're all humans.
You humans, right?
Happens to everyone,
Yeah.
even coaches. And I think, it's super brave of you to accept because I think you can see on the internet so many people presenting themselves as like, I've got it, I've done it, now I'm perfected it. I don't think it's possible, honestly. I don't think if you're a human being, if you're not a robot or I don't think it's ever possible to perfect and never fall off the wagon. I think it's very natural. So anyway, we'll get back to this. So you started, and I don't think it's unique. I think a lot of coaches started like that. They just started tracking their own habits, and they like you said, you experimented with 20, then you figure out 20 doesn't work. Okay, well, maybe I reduce it. So, what are the keystone habits? We have this term, keystone habits. So, I guess you found your keystone habits and you said journaling. Um, what else did you say?
Yeah, reading. So I
Reading.
I get up, I make a cup of tea, I start reading, and then I do journaling. So these are the two main things in my morning rhythm that
Cool.
are really important to me to make sure that I have my sanity. So
Yeah.
toothbrushing, for example, flossing is not a part of this. That I don't track that part.
Oh,
But these are to me really important habits. If I do that, and I have later on, I have exercising. So I have a couple of exercises that I need to do, but that's after 8 o'clock.
right, right. And I love it. I love it. Again, I want to draw listeners of watchers' attention to that. There are a lot of people, bloggers, influencers, whatever, talking about their morning routine, and that's great. But I think we are unique snowflakes, believe it or not. Each of us has their own kind of trigger, has their own kind of thing that worked for us. Like what Erna just said wouldn't work for me, and that's okay. It probably wouldn't work for you. That's why I think instead of, reading a book or watching some blogger YouTube video and just trying to replicate what they're doing, he or she doing, I don't think it's going to work for you. I think what's important that each of us has some sort of a morning routine. Now that's important. That's, I think, is mandatory. Especially, Erno works with solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and many of us coaches are small business owners. I think for us, it's just instrumental to have some sort of morning routine, like Erno said, to make us sane, to be ready for the day that can bring a lot of unexpected things, stress, anxiety. But what it is, it's really hard to determine by watching other people content, by reading books. You need to experiment and find out what works for you. That's why coaches and Coachdotme, I think, is the best way how to determine that. Okay, so you've tracked, kind of going back to your story, you've tracked your habits, and then what? How did you become a coach?
Yeah, at some point, Tony introduced coaching on a habit for other people on the platform, and I joined. I applied for that part. I joined that part. There was no training at that moment yet, and I talked to him about this because I wanted to just be coach entrepreneurs, well, or coaches, right? So, and I'm Dutch, so I don't, I'm not particularly interested in just finding English speaking people. I wanted to find people from the Netherlands. And he said, well, that's great. Just focus on that. Just do that. Just focus entrepreneurs, and then you get no clients. So also that again was experimenting and finding out, because he really loved that you had like a really small niche, and you find the audience that fits with you. And I had a clear view on that, but that doesn't mean that the platform is really attracting those people, right? I think it's a combination. You have to find the people that you want to help, and also the people that are on the platform. So that's a combination. You need to find how this is going to work, how this worked for me, and how it's going to work for you.
Yeah, and thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. And I think, again, pausing here for listeners to summarize that, or to kind of to get the point across to people. Look, maybe your client, your ideal client, is not on the platform already, right? Because there are certain audience. Obviously, Erno's audience wasn't there, but that didn't stop him, right? He wasn't repelled from the platform, because platform can provide you so many benefits. You don't have to worry about buying the domain, setting up the site, which is like Squarespace, WordPress, whatever, and then connecting to the payment system. And then, there are so many steps you need to do. Now, I'm not saying you can't do this. I've done it many times for my businesses, but it will take so much time and so much effort. Instead, you can jump ahead and set up your profile on the platform. You can do it in 1 hour and even less, and you can start selling and you can do coaching. So now, will you get clients from the platform? Not necessarily. Like Erno said, his clients are not on the platform, right, Erno? You had to go out and find the clients and bring them to the platform, right?
In the meantime, it changed, right? So I did do the course, the habit certification coach. So that made a huge difference to me. So it really clarified a habit that I could use where people were attracted to, and then use the descriptions in the offerings that I had that really attracted those people. And so what I do now, because I have a website, I have financing, everything set up on my own website because I have Dutch clients as well. So when I have a client from the Netherlands, I push them to my Dutch website because everything is in Dutch and I have the Dutch invoice system there, which is a bit different than the US. And every international client goes to Coach Me for me. So that's for me easy because I don't have the hassle of like international currency, credit cards that I need to accept, everything else. So for me, that's a great split to have my own customers from the Netherlands, my own platform, and then even sometimes I can push them to Coach Me when I want them to use a platform. But in general, my international clients come from Coach Me, and they actually come through Coach Me now. So they are often entrepreneurs who find me through Coach Me and hire me there as well.
Nice, nice. And again, thank you. I think we want to be open-minded. I don't want to be, I don't want you to be narrow-minded, like, oh my God, I have to use No, the platform is just one of the tools you can use in your coaching or coach business toolkit. Like this is amazing demonstration. Erno is just such a showcase on how you can do both or you can do multiple. And I know there are some coaches who are registered on our platform and on some other platforms. And that's okay, guys. We're not going to hold you feet to the fire or to the, say no, you gotta stay. No, you have to diversify. I think diversification is great. And
However, what I don't do,
yeah,
so I have my own website, I have Coach Me. I don't go on multiple platforms. So
right.
I'm not a coach on other platforms because every platform takes time to set it up, to make sure that you attract the right clients, to get to know the platform. And that's also time you can spend with clients. So to
Sure.
me, it's really important that once I selected Coach Me, and of course I've been a long time friend, so that made it easier for me. But once I've said, okay, I'm going to use Coach Me, I really went all in. So I made sure that my profile is right, my offerings are correct. I've tested several kind of offerings, and the other part is for the Dutch clients, I have my own website. So, but that's the separation. So no more
Right.
platforms because it's just investing time, and you're not sure what's coming from that. So I'm very picky on what I'm choosing here.
Right, right. And I'm with you on that one because I'm also been a productivity coach for a long time. So I'm a big fan of focus. I think, we have a Russian cartoon that says, how many hats can you create from, and it was I know people can feel a little bit strange about this. How many hats can you make from this one small piece of fur? And the guy comes to the guy who makes hat. He said, well, it feels like it's one hat. He said, yeah, but I'm very greedy. How many hats can I make? Can I make two? He said, sure, I can make two. And then the guy's like, because he's really greedy. He's like, can I make three? He's like, yeah, sure, I can. Anyway, it goes on and on. He says, can I make six hats out of this small, same piece? And again, it goes back to, hopefully you get the analogy, you only have 24 hours in the day, right? And, whatever, 6 working hours or 8 working hours. So the guy says, yes, I can make 8 or 6, no problem. So the buyer comes next day and he sees 6 little hats. He's like, what do I do with those hats? He says, well, you wanted 6 hats. So that's the thing, okay? Can you register on 6 platforms, 3 platforms? Yes, but then the result you get on each platform is going to be tiny. And I think it's going to be worse because as productivity coach, you and me, we know there is a switching cost. So having your platform and Coach.me already has some switching costs, right? For you, right? And again, promoting yourself in Dutch and English will have some switching costs, but you chose it, but you stick to 2. Now you can add more. Again, I'm not saying you can't, you can, but if you have 3, 4, 5, there will be your time will be divided. So the result on each will be smaller. And then there is a switching cost, which is actually, statistics say, 40% of your time. So you have to be careful with that. Anyway, going back. So I want to get back to the certification. So you said there was a certification introduced down the road and you took it. I think it was cohort 2, right? Or first? Were you the
No,
first?
it's not the first. No, I'm not in the first cohort.
Second. I think second.
Sure. I'm not sure anymore.
I think I did check. I think it's HCC second that you got. So you're like one of the first. Anyway, one of the first guys. How did you, and you were a coach, right? You got the coaching certification before that. Like, why did you take it and why you think, other people, because we think it's a really good, again, we at Coach.me think it's a really good kind of add-on, a complementary certification to general coaching degree. So why did you take it? And, if you can explain the benefits for a coach to get that as a complementary certification.
Yeah. So, by the way, it's hanging right over there if you're watching the video. So I don't have a coaching certificate. I don't have a general coaching. I just became a coach for entrepreneurs, and people accepted the way that I work that they don't need to see a certificate. And that's not why I
did. That usually happens. I think people don't realize that usually happens.
Well, if they don't ask, it's not necessary. If you have the expertise for yourself, and you've got proven people who point you to the next clients, then it's fine. You don't need that, right? But anyway, that's not the reason why I choose to do this. At that time, I didn't have great results from Coach.me getting clients through the platform. And I felt this could be improved. I felt I could do something here to really make this a better platform for me as a coach, but also to support the whole platform. So that's why I started in this cohort with Kendra and looking at, how can I make my profile better? How can I make the wording improve? What is the best habit to use as your main habit, right? So all these things, that's for me was the reason to really start working in this coaching cohort.
Right. Okay. Love it. So I guess it's twofold again. So one is to get some credibility, right? And again, you said you have the diploma hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Cool, which is great. And secondly, it appears in your profile. So once you certified, it's you get moved to the Habit Certified Coaches, and when people search for you, you appear in the Habit Certified. And our platform, our origin is habits, right, and habit coaching. So obviously we promote our certified habit coaches. So I think that's first, the credibility kind of part. Correct. Now the second part, like you said, is also getting the knowledge, because this is, I think, is great training. Again, we graduate in cohort 16 this Saturday, and January will be cohort 17. So we keep doing it. refining it, but it's like a great training, and it's the ability to refine your packages. Like, what is my keystone habit? Like, what is my niche? Who is my client? So I think, and again, and we're trying to stay. I think we're staying, not just trying. I think we're staying in the very affordable price range compared to some of the other coaching certifications. So
Correct.
again, for someone with no experience like Erno, not experience, no coaching, basic trainings, you can jump in. Absolutely. Actually, again, I don't know. We've seen a better results from people who didn't have the coaching certification because sometimes whatever you have in your mind can mess up a little bit, because right now coaching, at least International Coaching Federation, ICF, is kind of 100% only face-to-face coaching, the phone or online. Where the chat-based coaching that we do is not yet part of that. But I think we have the chance to change that, because one of our experienced coaches, like you are not Denise Brown, who's a professor at the university, she conducted a report and she proved that chat-based coaching was part of the research and it worked. So hopefully we can get there, and we can get even to the ICF certification. I think it's a little bit down the road, but let's get back. So you have a number of packages, and getting a little bit nerdy here. You have a number of packages, and we discussed that you started from tracking your own habits. Like, how did you choose these packages? And I have a few here. So you have set priorities for your day, sleep by midnight, wake up early, read, write, read a book, write a journal. There are a couple of more. So how did you come up with those?
I think the most important goal is set priority for your day. So it is selecting the one goal that you want to do today. So that's where I focused up also during HCC, so during the course, and then at some point after I was finished with the course, I thought, so what are actually the most important habits on Coach.me? So when you go to the list of habits, you can see how many people subscribe to that habit. So then I created packages for those habits who had the most people subscribed, with the idea that people would also hire you on those kind of packages. And that's not really true. So it isn't true that when the most people are subscribed to a habit are really also interested in being coached on that habit. So I have the packages still there, but that most of them are not just really visible. Um, and then for setting a priority for a day, I have like four versions, I believe. I have the standard chat-based version, so that's the standard Coach.me version. Then I have three versions where I add um, meetings through Zoom to that package. So I have the meetings through Zoom and the chat base, and meetings through Zoom is weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. So that's like four packages on the same topic. But I give then the people the opportunity to choose which package fits them the best. Because in general, what you see with entrepreneurs is they also, when I see them, when we have a meeting, they feel more accountable, and when they think, oh, I have a meeting with Erno tomorrow, I have to do this, I have to finish this one, I have to do that, right? So
The
they're,
power of the deadline.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it just helps them to focus on the things that they think is important, and they told me that they felt are important. So that's how this happened. So I have a lot of packages, but most of them are not used, but the most important one is still set priority for the day.
Okay, cool. And I love this because I think it's a great segue into kind of the next conversation. And I know you're one of the first coaches on the platform who introduced this idea of the hybrid kind of hybrid package. And I love this. Yes, you were. You said even when people sign up to just chat coaching, you say, let's have a complimentary discovery
Yeah.
call because I want to see you face to face. And then you introduce those hybrid packages where I
Yes.
meet with you once a week, twice a week, whatever. Even once a month, I think could work. Again, depending on the budget. But you still and I call it a hybrid package. And I think that's brilliant. So um, so the segue is like, you explain how that works. It just, they feel the pressure of meeting someone, but also I think it also establishes, and I want to kind of get into that topic. It also establishes slightly deeper connection, at least for me, when you meet. And again, this is the best or the next best option to face that we can get on Zoom. But like just chat versus chat plus at least discovery call or at least once a month call. Like, what do you see the difference and how would you describe it in your own words?
I think when you do chat-based, just chat-based, it's easier also for people um, to stop again, to stop the coaching from you, because sometimes it's very difficult to read the nuance in a chat, right? So when you say something, they may experience something differently, or they may add like emotions that were not there. So it's easy for them to just quit and say, I'm not doing it anymore. But once we had that first call, so the complimentary call, in general, there's a better connection. It helps me. That's why I've really implemented the call, and the result came as a bonus. But the call for me is a way to talk with them about their major goals. What do they want to accomplish? And to me, to do this in a call made it better for me than just having like 10 or 20 chat lines about this and finding, so what do you really focus on? What's important? What's your goals? Because then sometimes they answer things and I don't think is really the main goal. That's really important if they really want to move forward. So when I have a face-to-face conversation on Zoom, it helps me to test and to see how they respond, how their mimic is, how their body language is, and if I doubt, I will just dive in deeper and find out. So why is it important to you? Why are you doing this? And then we get to the next topic, and I find out what the real reason is why they are doing this. So then once the call is over, once we say, okay, it takes like 40 minutes or something like that, then I offer them 2 or 3 packages depending on the question. But in general, I kind of like assess what I feel they need. So I think if for you this is like a weekly version, I think would be preferred because and the urgency that you're living in right now with your company, or I think it's a bi-weekly I think is a good option for you right now because we have to start and you have to also implement things. So I give them the option that I think fits best, and I that was something I didn't expect, and because the client is really looking for that you give them advice on what kind of product that they will need to buy from you because they don't know. And I thought I give them like 3 options and they can select, but they have no clue. So that's why I'm making it more easy for them to say, I believe that for you it will be easier to do like twice per month or like once per month or every week. And then they say, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's start. And then what we do is I schedule the weekly meetings, and then we have like chat conversations in between the meetings, so that I can check. So what did you do today? How did you do in your goals? What are your 3 goals for today? What is important to you today? So I I don't follow up every day, and that in general is also not very important for the client anymore because the meetings are like the backbone of what we do, and the chat in between is just like accountability for them, right? So to make sure they see me, even if they don't reply, they know I'm there, and they think, oh yeah, Erno needs to know what I need to write down my 3 goals, right? So that's how this works in the mind of the client, and if that works, it works for me.
Oh, amazing. I love it. I think, yeah. I think I really much like it and I implement it as much as I can. So, thanks to you, kind of starting this movement, a complimentary discovery call, and then offering the option. And I think you're right. Um, I think there was a study that says that, right now there are so many options. And sometimes when people are given options, actually it makes them not buy because, right, like you said, they don't know which option to choose. Even if it's like three options, choose the middle. No, they want to choose the one that is right for them. So when we help them choose the option, and how
Hmm.
do you do it? You need to have a discovery call because you need to ask some questions, some background. So I think helping them making decision, choose the best option. And yes, sometimes people are limited to their finances, but sometimes, the price is not the best advisor,
No,
right?
no, I think it's important to understand that um, first, when I do offer the two packages, right? When I do offer the chat and the meeting, I keep it at Coach Me, so it stays on Coach Me. I'm not using it then to move them away from the platform and just to offer something myself on another platform. No, I'm sticking because everything is arranged on Coach Me, so I'm sticking to Coach Me for international clients, and it's easier. Um, that's one thing, and the other thing is I forgot.
The price. I said the
Yeah,
price.
I think what is important is that you be very transparent, even for yourself, that you don't try to sell the most expensive package. No, you have to find and discover together with the client what is the best solution for them. And if the best solution for them right now is because they don't have the finance, that chat base is a good start. And if they improve, they can move on. Or if once a month or whatever the circumstances, whatever the ideal situation for the client, that would be my offering that I would promote. And I think if you're just always trying to sell the most expensive package, then clients will just be disappointed that you didn't give them a great advice. And I've tried to be as fair as possible, not just think about me, but just think about the client as much as I can.
Yeah, no, that's important point. That's what I call, look, I work with coaches as a coach, and that's what I said. Desperate coach is the worst coach you can get, you know. And there is a book, Prosperous Coach, and it's like very clear. It's not like it's my idea. It's just I'm just repeating, and I think it proved my own experience and other coaches. You need to have a certain level of the revenue, whether it's your existing clients, if you're an established coach, or it's your job, and it could be part-time job or whatever. Like I work for Coach Me, and I'm very happy with that job. It's a super exciting job, lucky. And then the coaching for me is like the gravy, is like the if I get the client, great. If I don't get, it's okay. It doesn't impact my quality of living. And that allows me, like you said, Erna, to offer the best option for the client. So I think a coach need to have some financial security, some financial stability to be able to be that best coach for the client and offer the package that is not the most expensive or the most long term or whatever. It's just the best for the client.
Yeah,
And that's the best you can get.
yeah.
So. All right, let's finish up with the SWOT. I don't know. I have it. I kind of have it prepared. Let's do the SWOT analysis. So strengths, weaknesses,
Weakness.
opportunities, threats. Right? I don't know. Let's do this. I want to do this experiment. Like think about someone. Let's take an existing coach. So coach was already has some sort of a diploma, some sort of a certification. So using Coach Me, let's do the SWOT analysis of Coach Me for existing coach. So first, strengths. What are some of the strengths that can give to existing coach?
I think for me, um, and I think that is true for a lot of coaches, is first of all, you have all your clients on one platform, right? So you have, if you do the chat-based coaching with clients, and I do that also with other clients from the Netherlands, they tend to fly around through WhatsApp and to other apps and direct messaging and so on. And it's a lot easier when all the clients are on the same platform. And when you go in the platform, you have all the messages there, and you can reply, and you can just walk through all the profiles and just send them a message when they don't reply. And if they like in WhatsApp, it's buried, right? After a while, you don't see them anymore, and you forget how bad this may sound, but you just forget about some of those clients. And so that's one of the strengths of the platform, is that you have a centralized place where all your clients are. I think the second thing is people are there who really think that their life can improve with habits. So they believe in like habits will help them to create the next step to improve their lives. And if you are coaching on habits, that's really a plus, right? So it's um, uh, yeah, that's really a plus. I want to say that's also could be a disadvantage, but right now it's I
No,
can
wait,
see
wait,
this.
wait.
Yeah,
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 this
yeah.
is the strength. This is
I'm
the
looking for
strength.
pluses. The other thing, of course, is that you have a fair, I think it's fair, way of invoicing. So you have people that pay by credit card. So the credit card, all the stuff is taken care of by Coach Me, and it is a lot of hustle sometimes. And then if you're not using Coach Me, to be clear, and if you have Coach Me, then yeah, depending on how the client got there, you get like a percentage, or you lose some money on you're losing money. You're giving some money to Coach Me to do this service for you to get you the client, and that's also
5% if the
yeah,
client comes through. Yeah.
yeah, but if the client comes for you, then it's only fine. But if it comes to the platform, it's I think it's like 50%. I'm not sure what it is, but it's
Yes, it
yes, it's
is.
50%. And I think it's fair because you don't have to do the work, and you just get a client, right? So that's always cool. Um, and I think um,
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Let's move on. We have the four letters. So,
hold on, hold on. One more thing I want to add,
yeah.
because we had a couple of times that we tried to build like community with coaches, and every time there was a new experience. But I think right now, again, there was something running where we are doing like marketing with coaches. And a lot of coaches have a difficulty with marketing, with promoting their business, promoting their packages, promoting
Sure.
themselves. And they have a difficulty of getting clients, not even just through the platform, in general. And by by being on a platform that supports you and has like opportunities to work on your marketing, I think that's a good opportunity as well. That's really a great, not opportunity. That's a really a great strength of the
Strength.
platform. That way, that there is a community there that people are also looking forward to how to promote their work, how to promote their coaching business, and there's other people there that can help you with ideas and suggestions and give you like proven methods that work for them. So I think that is a good strength too.
Right. No, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. That's a whole bunch of strengths. All right. Well, let's talk about weaknesses. Again, I want to be fair. So, SWOT is SWOT. So there are some of the weaknesses around that.
Yeah,
What
there's a
would
lot
you
of people
name?
on the platform that are tracking their habits, but they are not necessarily in the market for coaching. So it may feel like when you join the platform as a coach that clients will just just come to you like bees come to a flower, and that's not really true. You really have to work to make sure that you get the right clients. You get clients coming to you. You have to do the work outside the platform, inside the platform. You have to be really and connected with the platform, connected with the community in the platform, so other coaches get to know you, and they may refer clients to you because they know you. So it is work. And like we said earlier, if you are on like three platforms, that's going to be very difficult to do. So if you're on one platform and you say, I'm really on this platform, then you can invest time also in that platform to support the community, which give you back in the end. People know you and find you. So that is a weakness. And weakness is that clients are not just automatically coming to you, even though it's a big platform.
No, I got it. And honestly, Erno, I can echo because again, I'm a coach and I coach on the platform. So what I experience, people sometimes do coach shopping. So what they do, because there is the free 3 day period that was always available. It was before it was a default feature. So you can sign up for 3 days for free. What I noticed, there are people who just sign up to a bunch of coaches for the 3 day free coaching. Now, what they didn't realize that on the other end, there is a coach like me, and I got a new client and I invest. And actually, in the beginning, so those 3 free days, so they get for free, so I'm not get paid. They get a lot of coaching from me. I ask them questions. I offer them the discovery call. I talk to them. I motivate. I want them to stay, and then they go away. They just cancel. And because I'm a CEO, I can see. I actually saw that there are people who do a lot of the coach shopping, free shopping. So what we did to kind of counter effect this weakness is we introduced the option for coaches to switch off the 3 day trial. I'm an experienced coach, all right? Maybe there are coaches who just starting out and they're happy to offer this 3 days, right? Because they're desperate. Well, I don't want to use desperate. They're eager to get those clients. Now, I'm okay. I'm an experienced coach. I don't want the free shoppers. I want people who are committed. So I want them to pay. And this is not the big money, all right? The chat-based coaching is really affordable.
Yes,
$25 per week,
I know.
$87 per month. So what we did, we introduced the option for coach to have this available, this 3 free days, or to switch it off. I switch it off. Again, full transparency. And I'm happy with this because I get less clients, but I get quality clients who are ready to pay at least 25 bucks. Again, it is a weakness, like you said, it is a weakness, but there is some sort of
I
a
didn't know
remediation.
about this new option, so that's good
Oh,
information, good
cool.
learnings here.
Cool.
And I want to say that also because I got some clients from, for example, from India,
Mm-hmm.
and $25 may sound little for us from the Western world. To them, it's a lot of money, to most of them. And so I'm not intending right now to switch off because I didn't have a lot of those clients searching for me and just and deleting. Some of those clients did, but not a lot. So to me, it's not really a big burden. And I'm looking from the point of view from the other sides. Is when they want to test and find out, and having a free option, having like the 3 day free part, I think is really good for online ordering because you don't know the coach. I may say that I'm very competent, but you don't know if it's gonna if you feel comfortable with this coach, if you feel happy with this coach, if you feel happy with his methods or her methods. So to me, and you have your way, so to be clear, Lydia, but to me, I'm not going to change the option right now. Actually, I think I have 5 days on because that was the other option to do 5 days. The only disadvantage, like a weakness, the disadvantage of that is when you pause a client or a client stops coaching for a while and then comes back later on, they start again with the free 5 days, even though they already know you and everything. That's the only disadvantage that I've noticed for a couple of times with clients in the past, but that's okay. I can live with that.
No, cool, cool. And I look, I'm just, we're at a very different stages of our life or our career or our
Yeah,
financial situation. So I guess, I just want to say that we introduced that option and, I think
that's a
it
cool
gives
option.
just more
Yeah,
options. All right,
yeah.
the next one. The next one is opportunity. I don't know, and we talked about it. So I guess it's just the recap. Like, what opportunities to coaches who maybe have their own practice or maybe they just starting out. they can get on Coach.me. And again, it's just a recap. So I think we talked about it.
I think if you are a coach and you work in the, let's say, for example, you are a coach and you love coaching, but you have another job, right? So if you have like another job, which you like too, but you still like coaching, I think Coach Me is a wonderful platform to add on and use it for your business. You don't need like a website, everything. You just have the Coach Me platform and you can use it as a coach. And specifically, when you talk about chat-based coaching, that's an opportunity too, because you could handle a lot more clients. Sorry, you can handle a lot more clients through chat at the same time when you have all these meetings. So if you have, like, for example, a job, you can schedule those chat-based conversations in the morning before you go to your job, or in the afternoon when you come back in the evening, or in the weekend, whatever is important to you. You can't schedule like the same amount of meetings when you have a job. Let's say you can do maybe on a Saturday a couple of calls, but that's about it, right? So to me, I think that is a great opportunity for coaches to do this. I think the other opportunity is getting like another coaching certificate, which really helps you to. I think what people if you have like a coaching education, you know it's really important to learn from your client and to make sure that the client gives you the answers. So you ask questions, you don't give direction, you don't give answers, you just ask questions so they give their own answers, right? So that's really what coaching is about if you think about official coaching. But if you looking at the situation of habit forming, and if you think about behavior, how important it is, if we want to change our behavior, how important habits are, it's really helpful that you have a coach across you who can give you like ideas how you could get there, how you could do this, how you can start. And so you're not just asking questions, you're also giving answers and examples. That's what I do. So an opportunity there is, if you are a coach that feels like I want to do something more with my clients. I want to give them more advice and just step a bit away from the traditional coaching with just asking questions. I think that's a good opportunity to learn how you could use the chat and do this. So that I think that those are two good examples.
No, it's amazing. Amazing. Not much to add. So I agree. Okay, well, let's finish up again with threats. And I have a couple of my in my mind. What are some of the threats? And again, what are the threats if you don't use it? let's look at this a different way. So if you don't use it, what are the threats? Let me start while you're thinking.
Yeah.
Because I got an idea. Look, like you said, a lot of coaches struggle with marketing, right? So the threat to me is like no clients, or you finish a client, you don't have a new one. So I think Coach Me can help you to eliminate these threats, because we have people on the platform, and you will have people talking to you or joining you. So I think one of the threat of a coaching business is always kind of no clients, or less client that you want. So I think the platform can actually help you with these threats. If you look, it will look at it a bit in a bigger picture. Now, I think if you look at the kind of switched around, and what are the threats of the platform, like don't become too reliant on the platform, whether it's Coach Me or any other platform, right? And that's what that's why we have right now, we have the whole year program, and we have the marketing modules, because what we try to say, the platform is not ATM. I think some people get wrong impression. It's they register in enough platforms, they don't have to do their own marketing. I don't think it's ever going to work. I don't think it's ever a good strategy. The platform can go bust and close. The platform, dried up. Whatever can happen with the platform. So one of the real threat is that you're not going to get new clients. Again, that's the same threat that every coach can get. So it is important to know this. And whatever you do, whatever platform and whatever combination you have, you need to do your own marketing, promotion, selling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it resonate?
Yeah, I think the threat part is really good. I think you want to diversify the streams of income, not necessarily number of platforms, but I think what we've learned in the past, and you and I have been talking about this in the past, if you are visible on only one of the social networks and you've completely built your business on this platform to get clients from the platform, then you are always in danger. Because if the platform changes their algorithm and you don't get new traffic, then you don't get clients and you have nothing. So what you always want is to have like multiple streams of, I could say income, but you could also say multiple streams of marketing. So to make sure that you have your own list, you have like maybe two platforms where you're visible, but you have your own websites as well. Maybe you have a podcast, or you have a blog, whatever is on your platform. So you have, if one platform dies or something strange happens to the platform, you have the other one still alive. That doesn't mean you don't want to focus. You want to focus and make it as little as possible, but not just one. So not just believe that you get all your clients from Coach Me and just put all your money on Coach Me and don't have anything else, right? So you're not visible on LinkedIn. You don't have an own website. Stuff like that. So I think that's a huge threat. If you just bet completely on Coach Me, I don't think that's a wise idea either.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in sync on that one. And again, look, we've been here very transparent, and that's why we introduced some marketing courses, marketing intensives, and we say, look, Coach Me, don't treat Coach Me's ATM like it will constantly give you clients meaning money. No, build alternative sources of clients. Now they can come through Coach Me, but if something happens, you can divert them to other sources. Again, ethically, right? There are guidelines. So if clients come through Coach Me, they stay in Coach Me. But if you bring them, it's your clients, you got a fair pay, All right. I think that was amazing conversation, Erno, as always.
Good.
Thank you so much. How people can find you, obviously, on Coachdotme, and there is a link there, Erno Hanik, and there will be links so they can find you and book you for habit coaches. Other platforms?
I focus on LinkedIn. So again, also
Perfect.
focus, not many platforms. So I think the best, if you want to hire me, Coach Me, but if you want to just connect with me and have like conversation with me, LinkedIn is the best platform that you could use.
Perfect. Again, thank you so much.
Erno Hanik, it's just the same. It's just always the same. If you find me Erno Hanik, it's everywhere the same.
Perfect. Well, there will be links down below. If you in the YouTube, in the blog, if you listen in the podcast platforms, just go to our website and you'll find the links and you will find Erno. All right. Well, thank you so much, and see you next time. Thank you, Erno.
Lydia.